Hello, Tamara here for lesson number 10. And I don't know about you, but tend to carry like tension in the upper back. So I want to help release that. So if you'd like to join me, please don't do this if this is uncomfortable for you. But if you'd like to follow along, please do. So my shoulders are down as much as possible and my arms are just straight out. And I pull one arm forward and the back of each wrist is facing each other, and I straighten the arm and then I pull this one over. It's like a lever that I'm pulling toward the back. And you can feel the opening in your scapula area, shoulder blade area. So breathe in, exhale out of your mouth. Breathe in, exhale, breathe in, and exhale. Good, now release that. And then the other side, out straight, the other arm comes over, you do the hook back of your wrist together, lower your shoulders, and straighten your arm and press and feel the release in your shoulder blade. Breathe in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. Breathe in and exhale. And then slowly come back. That feels good. Okay, lesson number 10. My thoughts do not mean anything. This idea applies to all the thoughts of which you are aware or become aware in the practice periods. The reason the idea is applicable to all of them is that they are not your real thoughts. We have made this distinction before and will do so again. You have no basis for comparison as yet. When you do, you will have no doubt that what you once believed were your thoughts did not mean anything. This is the second time we have used this kind of idea. The form is only slightly different. This time the idea is introduced with my thoughts instead of these thoughts. And no link is made overtly with the things around you. The emphasis is now on the lack of reality of what you think you think. This aspect of the correction process began with the idea that the thoughts of which you are aware are meaningless, outside rather than within, and then stressed their past rather than present status. Now we are emphasizing that the presence of these thoughts means that you are not thinking. This is merely another way of repeating our earlier statement that your mind is really a blank. To recognize this is to recognize nothingness. When you think, you see it. As such, it is the prerequisite for vision. Now close your eyes for these exercises and introduce them by repeating the idea for today quite slowly to yourself. Then add, this idea will help to release me from all that I now believe. The exercises consist, as before, in searching your mind for all the thoughts that are available to you without selection or judgment. Try to avoid classification of any kind. In fact, if you find it helpful to do so, you might imagine that you are watching an oddly assorted procession going by, which has little, if any, personal meaning to you. As each one crosses your mind, say, my thought about blank does not mean anything. My thought about blank does not mean anything. Today's thoughts can obviously serve for any thought that distresses you at any time. In addition, 5 practice periods are recommended, each involving no more than a minute or so of mind searching. It is not recommended that this time period be extended, and it should be reduced to half a minute or less if you experience discomfort. Remember, however, to repeat the idea slowly before applying it specifically, and also to add, this idea will help to release from me all that I now believe. My thoughts do not mean anything. I'm kind of imagining like let's say a pool, almost, like a pond, right? And on the top is this kind of scum layer with all the algae, right, floating on the top. And it's like that scum part of that pond or the old moldy pool is our thoughts. It covers up what is the truth, the reality with a capital R, our true self even, right? So we're getting to this place in the lessons where we're really looking at thoughts and how it has been creating the life that we are experiencing at this time, and how we can actually begin to see differently, feel differently, get curious and interested, rather than judging and more fearful thoughts. So once we, clear that scum area, what happens is more and more our true self begins to kind of expand up, as if the crystal clear pool is budding over, and all those thoughts are, the scum is releasing, and more our true self. It's like we have this diamond self, and our true self begins to show itself. So, very good. And have a wonderful practice period, and I'll see you tomorrow.